Anyways, welcome back to physics. We're about set up. That looks kind of good. So today, we're going to solve this problem to get you guys a little bit more up, right? So if you take a ball, and you throw it straight up, initial velocity of 20 meters per second, how long does it take to reach 3 meters?
A minute.
No.
No?
That'd be a ridiculous amount of time to reach 3 meters.
Oh, okay.
So try to solve this. Take a moment, try to figure out what equation to use, then we'll go over it. If you can solve it, that's great, although I don't think most people again will solve this cool, as I said, right?
Right.
Because this one has a trick, and that's why I chose it. It's very similar to what you've done before, but there's a trick to this one that makes it a little bit more complicated.
Imagine that.
It's almost like I picked the hard ones for us to do together, because I do. Because that's how that works.
You know, for the lab,
Yeah.
do we have to write the paragraph at the end?
Yeah. Because I'm evil. But yes. You have to have X amount of college to get the college credit, I have to make you guys write X amount of times per quarter. I think it's 4 or 3 or something. And I have to be paragraphs. That's actually like part of the requirement for the credit.
So to find the max height, will we use this equation?
Yeah.
Got it.
Which reminds me, for you people absent that aren't doing this lab, I have to give you a writing assignment. Enjoy that,
Eesh.
because I'm recording. So, what equations do we got so far? You're trying to solve it, that's good. You actually picked the right equation. You're listing the unknowns and knowns. You still get the equation sheet, that's good. Well, it's better than nothing. I'll take it. You're writing down knowns and unknowns. Trent's working on his lab, which isn't actually the thing we're doing, but you know. By the way, you might want to pay attention to this part,
I am, I was just looking at it.
because this is going to get complicated crazy fast.
Ouch.
You guys ready? So, what do we know?
Initial velocity.
Initial velocity, what else?
Distance.
Distance. It says how long does it take to reach this height. You could also say you know the initial height of 0 because you just want to know it going 3 meters from the height you're starting, right? It doesn't matter where you start, you're going to go 3 meters from that height. So, you want to solve for time, so you need the equation for time. What equation can't we use? Yeah, you can't use fourth. It doesn't have time. You need time. So you can't use fourth. We don't know final velocity, right? It's not reaching its max height, stopping, and coming back down. You actually don't know that this time. So you can't use the equation of final velocity, so that leaves you with one equation. First one. So for that, you got y is equal to y0 plus v0t plus 1/2 at squared. Let's see if this camera can pick that up. Let's try this real fast. Oh, since we're videoing for the absentee people. Maybe if I move this here, and you guys get to see the like wonderfulness of the video. Sure, we'll say that's about as good as it's gonna get. Next, I'll use a darker marker. So you got this. What else do we have?
So we have y.
Y. Yeah, y is what? 3. What is y0?
0.
0, because you just want to go 3 from that.
Yes.
Yes. Because regardless of what it is, you're going to have a situation of like, this is going to be 3 plus whatever this is. Right? Because you want to do 3 meters from y0.
Is it? It just says how long does it take to reach
3 meters, yes.
But it says that 3 meters
From where you're starting it.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter what y0 is, it's always going to be 3 meters from that point. So if you started at 5 meters, you want to go up to 8. If you started at 10, you want to go up to 13. It's always going to be 3 meters.
Okay.
Because you just minus it and it'd end up with 3, right? So, plus v0 which we know is what?
20.
20 t plus, what else do we have?
Acceleration.
Yeah. What's acceleration on Earth?
Negative 10.
Negative 10. Negative 9.81, yeah, but negative 10. Times 1/2, which is what? Negative 5, right? So you have negative 5t squared. So you have this equation. Now that you write this equation in the form you guys might know. So let's move the negative 5 over here. T squared plus 20t. Take the 3 and move it across. Negative 3 is equal to 0. Where have you seen this before?
Factoring.
Factoring! Math class, right? This is something that you've seen before, right? This is called standard form. If you switch the t's for x's, you'd have negative 5x squared plus 20x minus 3. It's a polynomial, 2 degree. Linear, probably. You can assume. So, you could factor, you could try factoring, right? But factoring won't work because you're going to get a decimal. Unless you're like a real crazy math whiz, you probably can't factor. What's the other method you have to solve one if you can't factor?
Quadratic formula?
Quadratic formula.
God.
You have to use your favorite thing in math that was taught for a reason, this being the reason, NASA being the reason. Quadratic formula. What is that formula?
Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared.
Minus 4ac. All over 2a.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, those are B's, not 6's. I know they look very similar, right?
Okay.
So I promise you that's a B and not a 6. Now we have to like label things, right? Because this is good so far. Now let's label things so we make sure. What's A?
The negative 5.
Yeah, this is A, right? What's B?
20.
And you know C has to be the negative 3, right?
Yeah.
And that's how you use the equation, right? You just plug in these numbers. So
So it's just x equals that?
what?
Just x equals the quadratic formula?
Yeah, or T in this case. Normally I used it for X, but in our case we're using it for T. So T is going to be equal to negative 5. Negative or negative is positive, right?
Be negative 6. Or negative 20.
Negative 20.
Negative 20.
It's 20's b.
Oh yeah, sorry. It'd be negative 20, you're right. Oh my gosh, I messed up already. And negative 20, plus or minus the square root of 20 squared, which is 400, minus 4 times negative 5 times negative 3, right?
Yep.
Negative times the negative times the negative is what?
Negative.
A negative, so you get this right negative, and then you can multiply the numbers. 3 times 5 times 4. 5 times 4 is what?
20.
20. 20 times 3 is what?
60.
60, so you get 60. Divided by 2 times, what was A again?
That was not.
Negative 5.
Negative 5. Next, you keep going. So T, some of you may already have the answer, plus or minus square root of 340 divided by negative 10. What's the square root of 340? Anyone know?
340?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's less than 20, I know that much. Maybe 16-ish.
18.44.
Good thing you have a calculator. 18.44. So negative 20. I'm just going to round to 18 because I'm lazy. But you can keep it 18.44. 18 divided by 10.
Negative.
Negative 10, yeah, thank you. Good catch. Next, now you have to do the favorite thing ever. Keep solving it. So T is equal to negative 20 plus 18. What would you get if you did that?
Negative 8.
So if you, negative 20 plus 18,
Negative 2.
you get negative 2 divided by 10 is negative 1/5.
Positive 1.
Positive 1, yeah, sorry, positive 1/5.
That is not what I thought.
And the other answer, if you minus 18, what would you get?
What's it 1? 1/5 of a second?
Yep. If you minus 18, you get negative 38 divided by 10, so you get 3.8. Right? So there are two answers, which should make sense, right? If you throw something up and you're starting it at a height, right? So let's say you're standing here, this is you. Yes, you throw it up, right? It reaches some height, then it goes back down, right? If you say this is 3 meters, then it reaches this point twice, right? One of the t's should be shorter because it takes less time to go up the first time because you're starting at a height, right? The second time should be longer because it takes a lot longer to go all the way back down. Past
What
the
if you factor it? You only get one answer.
What?
What if you factor it?
Factor it?
Yeah, like back at the beginning.
Can you factor that?
You said you get decimal, but what if it was clean? You only get one answer.
You still get two answers. It's quadratic, right? If you use the FOIL, you're going to get like, let's say you have something like this. X, I'm going to get rid of the thing on the front. I'm going to say X plus, let's say 4. Should we do 4?
Sure.
Well, I'm asking you. So okay, let's do 3x, x squared plus 3x plus 2. How'd you solve this?
Fact.
Okay, what would you do?
I have no idea. I don't know.
You don't remember how to do this? So you'd write down x, you'd write down a bracket, you'd write down an x, you'd write down a bracket. And then you'd ask the question, what adds to 3 and multiplies to 2? Right? You guys remember this, hopefully?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Which would be 2 and 1, right?
Yeah.
You keep it plus because you need a positive number, right? If you need a negative, you switch one of these to negative. And you have to figure out which is negative. But you can check this, right? You can check this answer. You can be x times x is x squared. X times 1 is plus x. X times 2 is 2x. And 2 times 1 is, 2 because FOIL, right? Then you can add like terms, combine like terms, so you get back 3x plus 2. That's the right answer, right? If you wanted to solve this, you'd have the set equal to 0, and you'd get negative 2 and negative 1. But you can't do that here, probably. You're not going to guess that the solution to this is t plus, no, not plus, it'd be minus, t minus 1/5 times t minus 3.8. You probably wouldn't do that in your head, right? And that's why you have to use quadratic equation. That's why it's really nice to be able to use the quadratic equation. Does anyone have any questions on that? So again, this is stepping you guys up once again. This is possibly a test question. Something like this could be out on your test, right? You could have a situation where you end up like this, and you have to use the quadratic equation or factor. It might be nice and you can actually factor it maybe. But if you can't factor, you have to use the quadratic equation. You have to do this. And there are two answers. Does anyone have any questions?
What did you get for the answer?
1/5 and about 3.8 because I rounded up there. Is that what you got more or less?
I got, yeah,
Yeah.
basically. It was much shorter than 1/5.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and turn off this so maybe the people who are now online can see it. And that will be our lecture video.